Hey, I just want to talk about Christian McCaffrey for a few minutes because there are a lot of people asking, should I trade for Christian McCaffrey? Should I trade away Christian McCaffrey? Christian McCaffrey is dealing with a right shoulder injury, obviously different than the original injury that he sustained, and he's not going to be playing on Sunday, which means that Mike Davis is going to take over as the number one running back there yet again. I know we had someone in the discussion earlier mention Mike Davis hasn't done much with that starting role over the past few weeks. I think that's attributed to the fact that he hasn't been given the ball much. But what are your guys' thoughts on either trading for McCaffrey, trading away McCaffrey? What could you get for him? What do you think you could trade him for? What do you think you'd have to give up?
I mean, I think it really depends because I think Christian McCaffrey, much like Michael Thomas's value, even now, but especially before he played, is so up in the air depending on who you ask. There are Christian McCaffrey owners out there who are sick of Christian McCaffrey. There are owners out there who you could probably trade a combination of James Conner and Mike Evans maybe and get Christian McCaffrey. If you could do that, that'd be great. There are also owners out there who are going to want a combination of Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins because they still think Christian McCaffrey is the number one running back in the league, which when he plays, he very well could be. The issue is when he plays. So that's the question mark. It really just depends on, personally, if I had Christian McCaffrey, unless I'm really desperate, like on the verge of not making playoffs, I would probably hold on to him still because, I mean, this is kind of looking like a 1 week injury. I say that with an asterisk because there are a lot of 1 week injuries that end up being more than 1 week injuries. It's just how football goes. But, if you want to trade for Christian McCaffrey, feel it out. Jack, you're the Christian McCaffrey owner in our league. What would it take for someone to get Christian McCaffrey off of you?
At this point, it would probably be a wide receiver one. I'm not, or a running back who I can play the rest of the year. We're looking at probably a running back, high-end running back two for the rest of the year. That would be possibly a trade I've considered is Todd Gurley straight up for Christian McCaffrey. If you're in a position to do that, if you know for sure you're making the playoffs, Todd Gurley's a guy we've talked about earlier who, if somebody has McCaffrey, and there's not a league that I've seen where somebody has McCaffrey and they're still in really, really good playoff position. And so they typically need Christian McCaffrey because, he's the number one pick and most guys base their team off of Christian McCaffrey and they build around him like I did because he's the best player in fantasy football. If there's a person who's struggling to make the playoffs with Christian McCaffrey, they're right on the verge, they need something these next couple weeks, float a Todd Gurley trade for him. But Shane and Lucas, I have a predicament right now. So I know you guys don't play in a whole lot of keeper leagues, but my thing is I currently have Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson on one team, and I also have T. Higgins. Justin Herbert would be a 15th round keeper next year, which means I would get him in the 15th round of our draft. I would also get T. Higgins in the 14th round of our draft. That's absolutely insanely good value at this point. Should I trade them both for Christian McCaffrey? If I am definitely in a playoff position, I'm 7-2 right now, and just need one more running back to get over that hump.
Yes.
And I don't think
not
I
even
should.
a question. No,
I don't
not
think
even.
I should.
You
I am
absolutely
holding
should.
my horses. This is just the point I want to get to. I'm holding. I'll get. I do need actually an opinion on this, but I think with Christian McCaffrey, there's really nothing you should do, but just hold your horses on it. I don't see a real scenario unless you're getting really, really good value back for him. That I mean, I don't. He could be out for the rest of the year. He was ruled out on Wednesday of this game. Wednesday already, and he's getting a second opinion on it. Is there a chance he's out for the rest of the year? They're saying he's week to week right now, but this was so early. We're already in week. What are we in now? We're in week 9 now. We're heading into week 10. I mean, this could be the end of the season for Christian McCaffrey. This could be the end of the fantasy season.
If I offered you a trade like Terry McLaurin for Christian McCaffrey, would you do it?
I'd highly consider it. I think I'd wait a day or two. I mean, trade deadlines obviously are coming up, so not sure you can wait a day or two. I'd like to wait on it until we get clarification on that second opinion. As I was saying, it's kind of a just hold and wait it out situation. But if I'm really desperate at receiver, if I need to make the playoffs, I would think about that trade.
I mean, I would say that you are desperate right now to make the playoffs, so you might have to consider it.
But you're not desperate at receiver. Anyways, Christian McCaffrey, Jack, the reason I say to do that, obviously, if he's out for the season, then that'd be a dumb move. But even in a keeper league, and I understand the value for T. Higgins, the value on Justin Herbert is very, very good in a keeper league. But Christian McCaffrey, when he's healthy, is the best player in fantasy football. That still is not a question in my mind because the entire Carolina Panthers offense runs directly through Christian McCaffrey. He plays one game and he gets 37 points. That's not an outlier. That's something that'll happen all the time, which means he's a steal no matter what round you have to give up to get him. You have to give up a first-round pick to get Christian McCaffrey. That's the best pick in the entire NFL, in the entire fantasy football draft. So, and at some point, you can't think about the future. At some point, you have to think about the now. And if you get Christian McCaffrey on a championship, on an already fringe championship team, you're going to win your championship, no question. So that Justin Herbert and T. Higgins throw out the window. I mean, again, assuming Christian McCaffrey plays, throw out the window the fact that you could get them as a steal and keeper rounds for next season. At some point, you want to win now. If you have a team that can win now, you trade them away and you get Christian McCaffrey.
See, Shane's a Yankees fan, and I'm just concerned. Well, then again, Earl just got the Cubs a championship. I'm from Chicago. Shane's a Yankees fan, so I'm just concerned this is going to turn into a Gleyber Torres situation, Shane. But well, I guess we'll have to see what happens. I might have to sell out here and win now.
Listen, Christian McCaffrey is Christian McCaffrey. I think if you can get him for anything, if it's on the table,
yep.
Even with the possibility of him missing more than just a week, I think you have to do it.